I made a decision to commit to following my intuition. That voice I have inside, it's never steered me wrong. Not because I haven't made missteps, but because when I make the decision, I'm able to always learn the lesson. Peace. Travis Soda Well. It's Pure Sound Daily Business. Talk about leading yourself. Now, for those who know personality type, one of the functions is called intuition. It's how we see patterns, how we make connections. It's how we take in information or learn, as I like to say sometimes, using it loosely. And intuition, noticing the patterns, making the connections. The other way that we perceive the world is through sensing, a sensory experience. So at that time, when I had made this commitment to myself, I didn't know anything about any of that. So I was using intuition in the sense of just that voice, that little thing that always spoke to me. And one of the biggest, or let me say, what I was really saying I was going to do, like the either or, when I was saying, okay, I'm going to start listening to my intuition, is that I was moving as I thought I was supposed to move. So I had made moves in my life based on what I thought other people thought I should do. And that hadn't served me well. Now, if that has served you well and got you to where you're at and you're fairly successful, you're well adjusted, so to speak, you're at a good spot and you're just looking to level up, continue to level up, hey, that's not my story. That is not my story. My story is that listening to other people got me in a bad place. And hopefully you relate to that. And that hopefully you relate to once you started following your own drum, your own inner voice, your own guiding light, that has helped you. As I said, if you're a different way, that's fine. Obviously, you're here to get other pieces. So take what you can, leave the rest. For those that it applies to, this is where we get the demonstration of, are you giving yourself permission? Are you giving yourself permission to listen to that inner voice? And it's not going to be sweet all the time. Me personally, I've rubbed people the wrong way, rubbed myself the wrong way. However, I've always learned a lesson. I've always moved forward. And when we're talking personality type, that's how I make my judgments. Not all the time. However, what I'm saying is getting that brain's ownership manual and knowing, deciding based on what progress is to my ideal, my ideas, my vision, my purpose, big P purpose and small P purpose. When I move that way to move those ideas forward, I'm always winning. Even when I'm losing, I'm winning. Because especially when I lose, then I learn a lesson. And that's when a big jump takes place. So the key that I've learned is that intention is the key. Making a decision is the key. Not doing what I'm supposed to do. I follow my own drum. So the one part that I'm talking about of progress and making a decision, making that the final decision, that's extroverted thinking, or what we nickname effectiveness. Getting what is effective. And I've hurt people's feelings. However, it was effective, not in hurting their feelings. Most of the time, it's in getting my point across or pushing my agenda forward. Fortunately, I've gone through enough in life that my agenda isn't only self-serving. My agenda does serve self, but my agenda is about serving myself so I can serve everyone else. I have a big vision, big dream, big little P purpose. I got a big little P, pause. Mission, vision, values, and goals. And that's how we break down small P purpose. And I got big vision, big mission, big values, big goals. I look at goals as, well, the specific things, the tangible things, the numbers I want to do for the business. I've heard from enough coaches, enough speakers that the first level that they say you need to level your business up is to 100,000 in revenue. So that's the goal. Definitely not there yet. Mission. My mission ties in with my vision. I'll say maybe this is more my vision. Or really, let's just say all three, so I don't drag on too long about this point. Mission, vision, value, intangible. We can measure it, though, in some ways. As we continue to move forward, we'll figure it out, and that is for personality type and people to understand how their mind works, that to be a household conversation in America. Big vision is the world. Now I'm on a mission to make personality type and how people's brain work a household conversation. Right next to that is a household conversation of the parts of business, principles of business, how business is done and how organizations are run. So I'm starting with America. And of course, when we mean America, we mean the United States. I joke. Because I am thinking about the Americas. First, I'm speaking in English. Go to U.S., English-speaking countries. I switched from Duolingo to Babbel. So that's leveling me up. We're going to get to Espanol countries. And keep on leveling up. This is my big, small P purpose. And this, of course, ties in with my big P purpose of why I'm here. To teach, to help people be on the path so purpose can find them discovering themselves and leaving that legacy for years to come. So you can lead yourself. And it all starts with, as my coach Michael Burt says, having incredible boldness. He talks about big time people. He calls it a person of interest. People of interest have incredible boldness. And you have to be incredibly bold, meaning you have to give yourself permission if you want to do big things. The biggest thing is the smallest thing, which is knowing yourself and being yourself. So that's when it isn't personal. I am who I am. I make my mistakes. I never intend to harm anyone, definitely. Deep regrets anytime someone is really harmed. What I've noticed, though, is me coming in, waking up every day, seeking to do no harm, only seeking to be myself and fulfill my contract as my purpose on this planet. And when I'm leaning all the way into that, if it rubs someone the wrong way, that is forgiven. Actually, there's nothing to forgive. That is respected. So what is amazing is once you draw the line in the sand, and the line isn't with anyone else. The line is with yourself, giving yourself permission to be yourself. When you take that stance, the stand that you're just standing as an individual, no better, no less. You're not less than anyone, but you're not better than anyone either. You may be the best in the world at your skill, at what only you can do, what you were put here to do. That doesn't make you better than. And when you come with that energy, you get respect first. Haters gonna hate. But again, if someone's hating, that means they're not being themselves. They haven't given themselves permission to be themselves. Whether it's permission to be lazy, which I don't believe that. As I said, I believe you're either on the path of purpose finding you or you're backsliding. So really, haters, that's just another word for being on the backsliding path. So we mourn these people. You know, we are sorrowful for these people. For people who pray, we pray for these people. You know, we think about these people. We hope to serve these people and help them to get off that backsliding and get on their path to purpose finding them. But that's between them and their higher self. All we can do is give ourselves permission to be ourselves. And that is the essence of leading yourself. As we move from lifestyle, development, design, foundation, having character, moving with integrity and intention, having wonderful self-talk, I would say, giving yourself permission is the intention behind self-talk. Pursuing your interests for joy and happiness personally, and for joy and happiness publicly. Internal profit, external profit in the bank account, and having the habits that show and prove you are who you are, and leveling up to a leadership. You know, your leadership style, learning to communicate, your judgments, your decisions. And again, who you say you are. Leading yourself so you can lead others. So how are you leading yourself? Have you given yourself permission? Have you discovered who you are? Are you staying on the path? Or are you backsliding? Are you moving from taking care of yourself to being a leader of others in your close relationships, as well as your public, your business, your organizational relationships? It's Travis Sotawell. It's Pure Sound Daily Business. Peace.